All right. Well, hey, everybody, it's Grim Green from grimgreen.com back here today. Thank you so much for joining me again here on a random Wednesday review video. I don't know, occasionally, like I've said in the past, every once in a while on a Wednesday, I'm going to upload a random review of something that is a product that I think is unique or interesting or something that I really enjoy. And this week, we're going to be talking about this guy right here. A lot of people have already done reviews for this. I'm going to throw in my 2 cents as well. This is the Troll RTA from Wotofo. Spoiler alert, I've been having a pretty friggin' amazing time with this tank, but in order to get to know it just a little bit better, what we're gonna do is go up close, as we often do. That's right, quick, short, uppy, closey time. Yeah. All right, yeehaw. What we have here is the Troll RTA from Wotofo. They've branded this one Grim Green on the side, which is always nice, but doesn't necessarily make this a better product. So top to bottom, this is a pretty straightforward RTA. Your drip tip is your top cap. You unscrew this right here to fill it. As you can see, there's a small, thin, clear silicone ring in there to help keep it a tight seal. 2 very large kidney-shaped juice fill holes. Adjustable airflow on the bottom. It locks in the closed position, open it all the way up, and it locks in the open position. This is nice and smooth and a little bit on the firm side, which I like because it stays in position wherever you want it. Put it right there, it stays. Put it right there, it stays. I tend to rock it full open all the time. The inner chimney is a one-piece chimney and it's threaded on there on the bottom, and you can just unscrew this all the way. And the glass kind of stays on the top part there, but you can easily, boom, just pop it out. So yeah, one-piece chimney, meaning this does not come apart. So you can't use the troll doll wicking technique, but that's not for this RTA anyway. So taking a look at that deck, yeah, it's kind of velocity-ish. There's a peak insulator through the bottom and it's rounded on top. It's velocity-ish in that that's where the position of the, the coil holes are. Post holes rather. So it's really easy to build on, and it's great for an RTA because this airflow goes in and up. So you don't really need airflow going back and forth between your coils. So this style of deck is really conducive to an RTA, and it happens to work really well. So you can see right there, those are airflow holes, those are wick holes, and those are the coils I have on there. It's a little bit like the Mage GTA in that the deck isn't directly at the bottom of the tank and it's not at the top like an rdta. It's kind of in the middle, and that seems to work really well. Now this is just all one big piece on the bottom. The deck doesn't come out of the base in any way, but it still is very easy to take apart, to rinse, to re-wick, to do whatever it is you want to do. That's just the build I have in there. It's a pretty simple fused Clapton build. So what we're going to do now is I am going to glow these coils, make sure they're nice and even, and then I'm going to wick it, juice it, fill it, and we're going to get back out to normal view and vape this guy. Also, just because I know people are going to ask, yeah, those coils are really close to that peak insulator, but I've had no issues with anything with that peak insulator. I have put multiple coils in here, glowed them bright red multiple times, and I haven't had that peak insulator so much as shift, much less melt. So I don't feel like you really have anything to worry about. I mean, I can glow these nice and red, nice and hot. They're right next to that insulator. Nothing, no issues at all. Now we're gonna wick it. So what I've been doing with most RTAs lately is I try to guess the diameter of these wick holes. These are about 3mm wick holes when I measured them. So I got out my graduated coil wrapping tool, which I'll put a link to down in the description. I got it on Amazon. And then I build coils that are the same size as these wick coils. So right here I can measure, build some 3mm coils. That's on the 3mm setting right there. It just makes it a little bit easier and a little bit more conducive to having the same density of wick through your coils as is going through the wick holes down here. So all I do is I just cut a piece of cotton. Right now I'm using dude wick, but you can kind of use whatever cotton is your preferred fancy cotton. Get it started, pull it through about, I don't know, halfway. You're gonna end up trimming this just a little bit. Get that second one threaded through. There should be some resistance, but it shouldn't be so tight that you're deforming your coils or pulling your coils around. You want some resistance, but you kind of want to be able to pull it back and forth just a little bit. I've found that's the best way to do this. So literally all I do to measure my wick is I kind of press this down like that's basically perfect. I'm going to trim off just a little bit. I'm going to press my fingernail in there. It's going to kind of leave a little bit of mark on my cotton. It's going to work better on this side. Let's do it with this side so I can show you. Going to press this down. You can kind of see where it needs to go, how low it needs to sit, and then I just make a little mark or make a little mental note of where this needs to cut. And I'm going to show you where I'm going to cut it right now. I can see the little mark I left about right there, right, on both of them. And then once I have one side cut, you can kind of eyeball it and look at the other side and see, yeah, it's going to cut right about there. And then you just take a tool. It can be a small screwdriver, flathead, or Phillips head screwdriver. In this case, I'm going to be using my graduated wrapping tool. And I'm just going to move these down. And you can kind of see the wick holes right there. Just going to push these into the wick hole. Just go around and do that on all the sides. So that when you're done, you can kind of go around and see wicks poking out the bottom, wicks poking out the bottom, wicks poking out the bottom, wicks poking out the bottom. Super easy. Now you just have to juice up your coils like normal, as if it were in any other RTA or any other RDA. You just want to make your coils and that cotton fairly wet. And you can kind of throw a lot of juice on here. Don't worry about it dripping down because it's just going to drip down into that juice well. I mean, you kind of want to avoid the airflow, but even that's not the end of the world. So if I put an extra large kind of dollop over here, oh, okay, well, that was way too much. But if you get carried away and you put some extra juice, it's just going to drip down kind of into the reservoir right there where it's supposed to go. So make these nice and wet. Let's give it a quick test fire. Seems to be producing the vapors. Get them wet, get them wet. You're good. Is it producing vapors? Answer, yes, it is. So you place your glass on next. This kind of just sits on there. It doesn't lock into place. It just kind of sits on there. And then you take your top cap, if it's in focus, right there. Grim green, yeah. But you take your top cap and you put this down over the whole mess, over your whole deck, over everything. And you just screw it down till it's snug. And when you turn it to the side, you should see wet wicks poking out of the bottom on all sides. Wet wicks, wet wicks, wet wicks, wet wicks. Then, thanks to these large kidney-shaped juice fill holes, you just put your bottle there and you go bleh and fill up your tank. Once your tank is full, you just screw this back down. Boom, roasted, done, you're good to go. You have a fully built, wicked, and filled Troll RTA. Kind of awesome. Let's get back out to normal view. Let's vape this thing. So yeah, that's the Troll, up close and personal, top to bottom. This is a great RTA. The fit and finish on it are just fantastic. The airflow, really nice, smooth, and swooshy. At full open, it's almost like the ideal airflow for the way that I like to vape. It's a nice, smooth, swooshy, lung-style hit. I get really nice flavor from it, really nice performance from it. This is a 0.19 ohm coil. I have it rocking at a very gentle sort of 66 watts. The airflow doesn't feel turbulent to me in any way, but it is a touch on the loud side, I guess. Yeah. Before I hyperventilate, yeah, it's a touch on the loud side. Otherwise, the vape experience I get from this tank is stellar. I mean, the flavor is on point. The airflow is nice. The flavor is so good. The vape that I get from this feels a lot like an RDA. I'm a dripper guy and I love RDAs, and this tank to me feels a lot like an RDA. From the build deck, to the airflow, to the wicking, to the way that you fill it, I can't really fault the Troll RTA in any way. I can't think of one bad thing to say about this, other than that the airflow is a little loud. And if the airflow being a little loud is literally the worst thing I can find to say about this RTA, I'd say it's doing a lot right. No real vape budget hands needed. Even the price is pretty decent. You can pick one of these up right off the Wotofo website, 40 bucks. I mean, 40 bucks, that's it. It's not gonna break the bank. 40 bucks, no big deal. No vape budget hands needed. If we're gonna play the Aliens game or now the FDA game where they come and take everything I have and I have nothing left, no RDAs, no tanks, no nothing, is the Wotofo Troll RTA something I would seek out and buy? Yeah, absolutely. I love it. I've been having a great time with this tank. I like the airflow. I like the deck. I like how easy it is to wick. I love how easy it is to fill. And I love the overall vape experience I get from it. And the flavor, you guys, is really good. I have this loaded up with Caramel Corpse from the Grim Cult line. This is a juice that I have vaped a mountain of. I mean, a ton of this juice. It tastes fan-freaking-tastic in this tank. Really, really enjoying it. Getting a solid thumbs up, probably 5 or 6 banana stickers on there as well. I can't recommend this tank enough. I think it's fantastic. But that's what I got. You know what I mean? It is what it is. It's the Troll RTA, and I dig it. I like it. I dig it a lot. Thumbs up, banana stickers, all the good things, good price, and readily available on the wotofo.com website. Although I'm sure you could Google foo around and find it, I don't know, maybe a couple bucks cheaper. Some places probably have it more expensive. I mean, that's how commerce works. I'm not here to give you an economics lesson. But now I'm just ranting, so I'm going to wrap this up. It is what it is. This is the Wotofo Troll RTA, coming very highly recommended. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I'll have links down in the description. Don't forget to smash that like button. There's a like button. It's on this side or it's on this side. It's on one of the sides. Just click it or smash it or, you know, think about clicking it if you want to. Okay, too far off track, Grim Green. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. And as always, yeah, right there. Let's keep on vaping. As you can see, small... Okay, what? Fuck. All right. Well, hey, everybody. It's Grim Green from grimgreen.com back here today. Thank you so much for joining me in...